What's going on YouTube? It's Andy the Parrot Picker coming at you guys today with a little Poshmark sales update video. For those of you guys who are new to my channel, I'm a part-time Poshmark, eBay, Amazon, OfferUp, Let Go, Facebook Marketplace reseller. I do work a full-time job, and to help supplement some of my income, I like to sell on multiple platforms like Poshmark. As the title card says, I got a $40 average sale price selling these things on Poshmark. These are my last 10 sales over here on the Poshmark platform, probably over about the last 10 or 11 days. I don't consider myself a volume seller. I'm more of a quality versus a quantity type of seller. There's nothing wrong with selling 40 items for 10 bucks a piece to make 400 bucks, or selling 10 items at $40 a piece to make 400 bucks. It's just whatever your business model typically is. With me working a full-time job, I have a little less time during my day to devote to packing and shipping and what have you. So I like to source a little bit higher ROI items. Items such as these here that I'm going to take and share with you guys in this video. So if you guys have any questions or comments for me, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Also, please feel free to leave where you guys are from. I love hearing where you guys are from. Go ahead and leave that down below as well. I love to see where my different viewers and what have you travel from. You guys that are from across the pond, whether you're from United States or wherever. So I love hearing from you guys and what have you. So anyway, guys, let's go ahead and jump into it. That's what you guys came here for. Here we go. All right, up first, got one of my favorite things to sell over here on Poshmark. I love selling hats. I buy hats, caps, all that sort of stuff. I'll buy them on eBay to flip back onto eBay and to Poshmark. I'll pick them up at Goodwill, garage sales, wherever. I typically like to stay into most hats and caps under $1 if I can, but occasionally, if it's something special, I will pay up a little bit for it. But this here is just a Chicago Cubs Cooperstown collection, American Needle, just a adjustable strap-back baseball cap. I was into this for $1. I picked this up at my local Goodwill. I love this one here especially because it had a different colorway to it. And this is like a brown, orange, and beige instead of the typical Cubby blue, red, and white. I'm a Cubs fan myself, being from Illinois, but and this is one I actually debated on keeping just because it was a different colorway and something that I didn't have myself. But, you can't keep every single item that you run across. And I knew this was a great item and it would sell relatively quick. So, yeah, just really, like I said, really nice item. This one here sold for $25. So, really nice return on investment. Up next, we got these Nike. These are Paul Rodriguez, these are Nike SBs, which are like skateboard shoes. These are the Paul Rodriguez 9 Flywire skate shoes. Kind of like a suede leather type of material, and the most god-awful olive green and beige. Not something I would be caught dead wearing, but overall still a really, really nice pair of shoes. I typically like to source, when I source shoes, I typically look for the little nicer shoes. Like I said, I work a full-time job. I'm not necessarily looking for a project when I get home. The less cleaning and prep I have to do to a pair of shoes, the better off I'm going to be. The quicker I can get them up for sale and what have you. And typically, I could get a little bit more money out of them. I paid $5.99 for these at my local Goodwill, and these sold for $55 over here on Poshmark. These sold relatively pretty quick. So, love selling shoes, hats, and jeans. Seem to be some of my favorite things to sell over here on Poshmark. They all do very, very well. Just some great bread and butter items that have, some decent ROI. But yeah, love selling shoes. And if I can get into a pair of shoes for under $5, it's typically my buy price. I'm extremely happy when it comes to that. So yeah, I try to stay in that $5 range for most pairs of shoes. Occasionally, if there's something that's going to be worth a little bit more, obviously I will pay up a little bit for them. But yeah, definitely keep your eye out for especially the Nike SB stuff. The skateboard shoes people really, really seem to like. This here's a vintage Ohio State Team Nike football jersey. I picked this up at my local Goodwill, I believe, for $5.99. Just a mesh type of material. It doesn't have the stitched letters or anything like that, but overall, just a really nice vintage football jersey. football season's slowly wrapping up here, so I was definitely glad to take an I think I took an offer on this of 34 bucks. I think I had this listed for 39. I took an offer of 34. So glad to take and move that. I did do a little bit of research to actually see who wore number 7, use that in my keywords. That was Joe Germain and Ted Ginn Jr. So I figured, someone may be searching for those, and that would show up in the Google search or on Poshmark if someone was happened to be looking for those names as well. So I try to use a lot of the item description, and put as many searchable keywords and what have you in my description down below. This here is a Mountain Hardwear men's conduit snowboard ski jacket. This sold within a few hours of me listing it. Mountain Hardwear is a great brand, kind of along the lines of a North Face, Patagonia, those just outdoor brands. Really, really nice jacket. This is the Conduit series, excuse me. Has a lot of pockets. There's a bunch of mesh lining inside. It's full of pockets and stuff like that, so you can really pack this thing down. But yeah, overall, really, really nice jacket. The hood on it has a built-in cap, which is a little different, a little more unique. But yeah, overall, really, really nice jacket. I probably underpriced this just a little bit. But it sold super quick. I was into this for $9.99. Picked this up at my local Goodwill. I think at my local Goodwill, this is the very first Mountain Hardwear item I have ever found in the wild. So yeah, not a brand I run across a whole lot, but definitely a good brand to keep an eye out for. This here was a bundled item. This one and the next one I'm going to show you. Person actually bought 2 items for me. This is just a regular Lucky Brand jeans, overnight, duffel bag, travel bag, gym bag. Notice how I use all the keywords in there. Just tried to hit all the marks, that somebody might take and search for when looking for something like this. I love selling like these travel bag, gym bags over here on Poshmark. I don't even list them on eBay anymore. They usually sell right away, especially like the Ralph Lauren ones, the green ones. And I think these here actually were like, they came with like some Lucky Brand product or whatever, so it was like one of those freebie throw-in type of deals. But yeah, this thing sold super quick. I picked this up at a garage sale for $3, and it sold over here on Poshmark for 35 bucks. The customer who bought this bundled it with this H&M Stonewash baseball hat. This was new with tags. This was an eBay to Poshmark flip. I picked up a bundle of hats. I won a hat auction or a hat lot, whatever you want to call it, off eBay here a little while back. I did a video on it, and I'm not sure if these hats are in that video or whatever, but yeah, I picked up a bunch of hats off eBay, and with the shipping included, I think they figured out around about $1.25 a hat, which is right where I like to be. And you know what? They delivered those right to my door. I didn't even have to go out and go source hats. But yeah, I've sold quite a few of those already. And this one here was just another one of those items. This one sold for $25. The gentleman, or I believe it was a gentleman, bundled this hat with the bag. And one thing nice with bundling stuff, if you're new to Poshmark and not familiar with bundling, they get one shipping price for all the items that they take and bundle together. So if you go to somebody's closet, throw a bunch of items in a bundle. If you go to my store specifically, I actually even give you a 10% discount automatically for bundling items. So yeah, they got a shipping break, and they also got a little break, an automatic 10% off of the items that they purchased. I was able to throw them both into one box, and out the door they went, so they saved all the way around. So really, I love selling bundled items over here on Poshmark. These here are a pair of Dansko women's shoes. These are like a Euro 36. These are extremely small. I think that translates or correlates to a women's like 5 or 6. So this is for somebody who has an extremely small foot. Typically, I don't pick up shoes this small. I try to stay north of like a women's size 7. I like to be at least, a 7.5, 8. About the bare minimum. That seems to be, like a decent, if you stay in that range to about, 9s, 10s. Those are all pretty good size ranges for women's shoes to take and sell. But I got these for $3. I couldn't pass them up. They were in beautiful shape, excellent condition. And yeah, these things sold for $45. So great return on investment. And another one of those, just decent ROI items. This here is a vintage Chicago Blackhawks. Like I said, I live here in Illinois. We run across Cubs, Bulls, Sox, Blackhawks, you name it. If it's Chicago related, I mean, we have it in abundance here. This one here just happens to be a vintage starter Blackhawks jersey. And one thing nice about this one here, and you can kind of see in the photos there on the back side, there is no name or number. So this jersey here lasts basically forever. You don't have to worry about somebody getting traded or no longer being on the team. This is just a really, really nice vintage starter jersey. And this one sold for $45. I was into this for $5.99. And I believe I picked this up at my local Goodwill. Yeah, really nice jersey. As I mentioned before, I love selling shoes. These here are probably my favorite brand of shoe to sell. These here sold in about 2 hours of me listing. But these here are women's Hoka 11 Bondi 4, just regular running shoes. Excellent shape and condition. The soles had a little bit of wear on them, but nothing too crazy. I was into these for $5.99, and these sold for $45. So love picking up Hokas. I don't think I've ever had a pair of Hokas in my inventory longer than 2 days. And that's, I cross-post these on eBay and Poshmark, and they're normally gone between one or the other platform within the 2-day period. Like I said, these here probably sold, I believe, in like 2 hours of me listing. So yeah, love picking up Hokas. We just don't run across these very often in my area. I know there are some people that, they find these all the time. Everybody has some item in their area or whatever that they run across all the time. You seem to, they're just always in abundance. Go ahead and leave in the comment section if there's an item in your area that you take and run into all the time. Whether it maybe you run into Hokas all the time, maybe you run into Harley stuff, maybe you run into Patagonia. Maybe you're like my friend Steve over at Pick and Roll. I'm gonna put a link to his YouTube channel. Steve's a great guy. I love watching his YouTube videos. But man, it seems like every time I watch one of Steve's videos, he finds Toomey bags. So everybody has items in their area that just seem to be a little more frequent for them, or in a little more abundance for them than maybe somebody else, just based on your area of the country. So there's something in your area that it seems like every time you go into the thrift store or whatever, you seem to find them all the time. Please feel free to leave it in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you may have in your area that maybe some of us other ones don't have, that you just run across all the time. You're practically tripping over these items. And speaking of that, the last item that I have here to share with you guys, yeah, this is probably the item that I trip over the most. I run into Harley stuff all the time, really good quality Harley stuff. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I live a couple hours from Milwaukee. That's the Harley headquarters. It just seems to be, I do run into a lot of good Harley stuff in my area. This here is a really, really nice Harley garage shirt. This is the screen has the Screaming Eagle performance parts, logos on it and what have you. The Screaming Eagle stuff definitely desirable. I got this shirt for, I paid $14.99 for this at my local Goodwill, and I flipped it over here on Poshmark in about a week and a half, I think. I know I shared this on my Instagram. I'll put my Instagram information down below. You guys can check it out over there. A lot of times I post things on Instagram that I don't share in these videos or what have you. But yeah, overall, just a really, really awesome photo, and then there'll be some little better photos over there you guys can check out as well. So if you're on Instagram, but yeah, to get $60 out of this shirt was excellent, excellent price. It was super clean, crisp, what have you. Typically on these garage shirts, I never pay more than $10 for them, and normally I get about $50, high 40s to $50 out of these shirts. But this one here I knew was a little bit more special, and I figured I could get just a little bit more money out of it. I believe on eBay I was asking right around the same price. I think I was around 65 bucks on eBay, but I also offer free shipping on eBay, so that would have covered the shipping over there. But yeah, this thing sold super quick. Just an awesome shirt. And like I mentioned before, I run into a lot of Harley stuff where I live. It just happens to be one of them items that we do happen to find an awful lot. So anyway, guys. All right. So anyway, guys, yeah, that's the last 10 items that we sold over here on Poshmark. It was 10 items. We did for $408 for basically, yeah, an average sale price of $40 per item. So, all right, guys, that's going to wrap it up. That's going to do it here for this sales update video. I hope you enjoyed this video. You got a little bit of value out of it. Maybe you learned a thing or two. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing down below if you haven't done so already. Hit the little bell. You'll get notifications whenever I post new videos. And like I said, if you liked it, please feel free to hit the thumbs up button. Helps the channel. And like I said before, leave me a comment where you're from. You know, if there's items in your area that you run across, I definitely love to hear those. If you have questions or any other comments for me, please feel free to leave those down below as well. I love hearing them. I will leave a link to Steve Pick and Roll's channel in the description down below. I also have some Amazon affiliate links down there, items I use for my business. So, you know, you don't have to click on those, but if you do, it definitely helps support the channel as well, and I do appreciate that. Yeah, well, anyway, guys, that's going to do it. That's my time. Thanks for watching, everybody, and as always, fins up. Bye-bye, everybody. Have a great day.